Because God is powerful, guys.
Yeah,
Prayer
true.
works. Prayer definitely works. Good day and welcome to Inclusivity Diverse Discussions, Episode 1. And my name is Oratile Musaka, a proud Tswana girl, an upcoming entrepreneur with a passion that lies within the disability field, a firm believer of God, love, and unity. So, with me, we have.
Ma'am, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, my love?
I'm good.
Hi, my beautiful people. My name is Dudu Mokokonyane. Also, Tswana girl. Firm believer in God. It's just that I'm hungover today, but I'm good. I'm good.
That's good. That's good. So I know you're probably asking, why are we here? Today we'll be diving deep into Dudu's personal experience slash life journey. So we'll be doing that through a few questions, like about 15 questions. The first question is on personal journey.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can you tell us about your background and what led to your current experience living with a disability?
Okay, so originally I am from Mafikeng, the
Okay.
Northwest. Contrary to popular belief, I was not born with a disability, and this is something I'm very outspoken about.
Okay.
I share about it a lot. So I had leukemia, blood cancer. And then with one of the procedures I had, they pricked the nerves in my lower spine. And then from then on, I've been on a wheelchair since I was 7 years old. Then that's when my journey as a girl on a wheelchair started. I always like to think of it as having the best of both worlds because I still remember, going through life as a young child, being able to walk, doing crazy activities, and then my life now changing with having a disability. But it wasn't always easy, I won't lie. A lot of people ask me, but where do you get this confidence? You don't look like you're on a wheelchair.
Yeah,
And I'm
true.
like, but how is someone supposed to look like if they're on a wheelchair? You get me? And I don't think of myself as, oh, Dudu on the wheelchair. I'm just me, right? So I've been in Pretoria basically my whole life.
Yeah.
My journey being on a wheelchair started from grade 1. So my whole schooling career, I've been in a wheelchair. But I'm cancer free now. Don't have cancer anymore.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Because God is powerful, guys.
Yeah,
Prayer
true.
works. Prayer definitely works because I've literally been on like death's door, right? Where I was given like 6 months to live. 6 months cut it down to 3 months. 3 months cut it down to a week. On the third day of the week, they were like, we can't. She's not going to make it. And my mom, being a very prayerful woman she is, she's like, there's no way. So we went out looking for help, met a what I call a guardian angel
Okay.
in Rustenburg, Northwest. So I was with her for like 6 months and every single day would pray until it got to a point where I could be independent and sit upright, feed myself, bath myself, So I'm very grateful for that. That's why I call her my guardian angel, Yeah, and that's just how life has been so far.
Wow, wow, wow. That's actually very touching, but we thank God nonetheless that you are here now. Even through the you won't make it, you won't make it, here you are making it. So the next question is, what has been the most significant challenge you faced on your journey and how did you overcome it?
I think one that I still face till this day is employment. Society is not very friendly with people with disabilities, right? Even public transport is not easy. But because my mom has always strived for me to be independent, and it's something I have always wanted for myself as well. I've always said, listen, if you can do it, I can do it as well.
True.
I'll find a different way to do it, but I'm going to do it. So the biggest challenge so far has been employment. But we pushed through, hey?
Yeah.
We definitely pushed through.
Okay. I like the fact that you are very positive, even when circumstances don't seem to be positive, but you still stay positive and go ahead. So now,
thank you.
The other question is, what does a typical day look like for you? Are there specific routines or adaptations you find particularly helpful?
I think the first routine is prayer and just center myself,
Mm-hmm.
even if it means after I wake up, I'm just sitting for an hour in bed doing nothing.
Yeah.
If I'm there for 2 hours, then the second hour is social media. But the first thing is wake up, pray, thank God for the day,
True.
and just think about what is it that I want to achieve for myself that day.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe that if I'm gonna wake up sad, it's gonna change my whole entire day,
Tidy.
right?
True.
And what I've been doing lately is listening to music.
Mm-hmm.
And the number one on my list has been gospel music,
Yeah.
to be specific. So I wake up an hour, listen to music, get started with my day, and I'm just like, we'll see what happens throughout.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to plan my day specifically, like
Yeah.
according to how I would want, because things don't always work out as
Yeah.
planned.
True.
So I'm just like, just live in the moment.
Mm.
And I think that's one of the things that having a disability has taught me.
Yeah.
Because from growing up, being able to walk, having my whole life, already set up for myself,
Mm-hmm.
to now having to be sick, being pulled out of school, and having a disability, and having to relearn how to be independent again, I've just always tried to just live in the moment.
I heard that you listen to gospel, so I want you to give us a chorus,
Oh
Nyana.
my gosh.
Just one,
Oh my gosh.
one line.
I didn't say I was a singer though.
Yeah, okay, but come on.
The song that comes into mind. I
Okay,
don't know if I'll be able to sing this.
we are here for you.
Not you putting me in the spotlight, but literally the verse that comes into my head right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure you know the song. God is my firm foundation, the rock on which I stay. Everything around me changes. I love
Yeah,
that
man.
song. It's called Firm Foundation.
Okay, I don't know it.
You will literally love that
I'm
song.
gonna listen to it.
You should check it
Surely,
out. You
I'm
guys should
gonna
check it
check.
out as well, because
Please.
that song honestly uplifts
Yeah.
me so much. Even
Mm-hmm.
when I feel like, oh my gosh, I feel anxious, I need to go somewhere, I don't know what's going to happen, I'm just like, listen to Firm Foundation, because he plans,
Yeah.
and I'm just here to go through.
Ke fela bad, mara wait. Or maybe ke gore re na re opela mo ke na le modus and stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna check out that song for
You
sure.
should.
And the next question is, how do you navigate public spaces in your wheelchair? Have you encountered any barriers and have you addressed them?
I used to be so afraid of looking at people directly.
Okay.
I used to be so, like, I'd be so hard on myself when I was like in public. I wouldn't want to ask for help. I wouldn't want to look people in the eye, because I know that I'm gonna get that judgmental thoughts. Oh, Shamui, why isn't she with someone?
Yeah.
But I'm just like, instead of being angry about it, let me educate someone, right?
Mhm.
And for the longest of time, I used to be so nervous leaving the house.
Mhm.
Even a simple task like going to the mall, I would
Yeah.
have to always calculate, is there going to be a ramp? Is there going to be a lift? What's going to happen? But then I told myself, I don't know what I don't know.
Mhm.
And if I'm going to stay in that fear, I'm not going to grow.
True.
So I always accept questions, and I've just changed my mentality to, if people are approaching me, it's because they want to help or they don't understand.
Yeah.
So that for me right now is no longer a challenge,
Mhm.
because I've just practiced taking myself out of my comfort zone,
Yeah.
and just challenging myself. So yeah.
No man, I love that. I
Thank
really do.
you.
I have this thing ya gore, I just hope that one day everyone gets to overcome it like you did. Like they should be and know that they are actually able to do anything in any way, no matter what.
You know how I think about it? I'm like, even though I had cancer in my life,
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that I've passed that. But I also look at it like there are people who have more challenges than I have,
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I've been through that, but I overcame it,
Yeah.
right? There's someone out there who probably lost an arm
Yeah.
and they are so depressed, There's
True.
someone who's going through financial struggles. they all their body functions are all their organs are functioning perfectly, but it's just that one thing that's stressing them. So I'm like, we all go through challenges, we all handle them differently, and my personal challenges, I don't see it as superior to what someone else is going through.
But I also think the other problem is people. Like there's this thing that they call people syndrome, something
Yeah,
like that. We worry a lot about what will they say, and I mean,
especially in the Black community.
yeah,
But
true.
I feel like education will really help with that. Once we try, once we are open to having the discussions,
Yeah,
having the conversations, and instead of running away from it, let's talk about it.
yeah,
So I feel like that will honestly help.
and talking helps. It
It
really
does.
does. Okay, moving along to our next questions is what changes or improvements do you think could be made to promote greater inclusion for individuals with disability?
I think the conversation needs to start at school.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a school for learners with different disabilities, right?
Okay.
But that within itself, as much as it's good and it helps, it can be limiting as well,
Yeah.
because you're not taught the same subjects as other schools.
Is it?
Yeah. So I feel like even with normal or able-bodied schools,
Yeah.
let's have these conversations, right?
Yeah.
Because education should start from young.
Yeah.
And let's have these conversations in the community as well, so that the older generation will also understand.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no use if a kid is taught about this in school, but when they get back home, the conversation doesn't continue.
Yeah.
So I think having the open discussions and education, and having open platforms such as this one as
Yeah.
well, where people will really feel comfortable and it will spark that interest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I didn't think about this.
Yeah.
So let's have those conversations.
True. So we are looking for more and more and more conversations like this. Okay. With raising awareness, do you think there's a need to raise awareness for disability that they are able and they matter?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course, definitely. Even in big organizations and
Yeah.
companies, right? We have Disability Awareness Month,
Mm-hmm.
but let's not end it at just 1 month,
Yeah.
right? Because I live with a disability and it's my everyday life,
Yes.
right? I'm not just going to celebrate it for a month.
A month.
So if we just focus on it for a month, what happens in the other 11 months? Are we
Mm-hmm.
just forgetting about it? Are we not educating ourselves enough?
Yeah.
So let's, we definitely do need
Yeah.
awareness, and it should continue.
Mm-hmm. So do you think, okay, there's companies and schools and that are promoting disability. Do you think they're just promoting it out of like words and not actions, or there's some that are actually 50-50, like the words match the actions, or it's just words fail?
I used to think that it was just words,
Yeah,
or I'm going to be very frank,
yeah.
right? I used to think companies are just doing it for, the BEE
Mm-hmm.
status and all of that, right? And I never really wanted to take part in it, especially disability, what is it? Not internships, but learnerships.
Yeah.
I never had an interest in taking part, because
Mm-hmm.
after you complete the learnership, then what?
Yeah.
You know, until I started working for a company I work for now,
Okay.
and I'm doing a disability internship, but I'm not treated like an individual with a disability.
Mm-hmm.
I still do every single thing that
The
everyone does in the
yeah,
company,
yeah.
right? So I definitely feel like there is a lot of progress, but there's still a lot that organizations need to
Needs to
do.
do. Okay. So, do you prefer being treated that way or being treated special because of you're in a wheelchair or you're disabled?
I prefer treating me like me, right?
Okay, yeah,
Because I'm first Dudu before
yeah,
my disability.
yeah,
You get
true.
me? But don't ignore the fact that I have a disability, because
Okay,
it's a very physical one.
yeah,
I can't hide it,
yeah.
right? And I'm not intending to hide it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So treat me like me, but also acknowledge that yeah, I have a disability, because
Yeah.
obviously there's certain things that I won't be able to do or I'll do
Yes. Yes.
differently, So firstly, treat me like me. Don't treat me with litulelela or I feel sorry for you
Yeah.
type of thing, because if you treat me like that, you are closing that opportunity of me educating you,
Yeah.
or you educating yourself, or us having that conversation. So yeah.
So, do you think it's better for one to come propose something to you and give you an equal opportunity at trying it out and you failing, or just consider the fact that nah, she won't do it. So why must I even bother?
I think propose something,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because if you're going to have that mentality of, oh no, she won't be able to do this
Yeah.
because she's on a wheelchair, you are now, you are taking that opportunity from me,
Yes.
right? And you are taking that opportunity from us possibly building something,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because obviously I have a disability, right? If you have a disability and it's a physical one,
Yeah.
there's certain things that maybe you are not able to do that I might be able to do,
Yeah.
because our disabilities had its one,
And it's fun.
you see. So I think we kill ourselves so much by already having pre-existing thoughts.
Yeah.
Or just because this person has a disability, they won't be able to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I had to assume that, or just because you Tswana, you can't speak Afrikaans.
Yeah. True.
You see,
Yes.
so yeah,
Okay. So, for hope and inspiration, what advice would you give to someone who is newly navigating life with a disability?
be easy on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, take it day by day. It's a learning journey.
Yeah.
Um, there are going to be days where it's not
Easy.
easy,
True.
but don't be so hard on yourself,
Yeah.
right? And this is from coming from someone who's very hard on themselves, right? I'm learning.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
learning.
Fair.
But don't be so hard on yourself,
Yeah.
and celebrate yourself,
Yeah.
even those small wins.
Mm-hmm.
If you find that you couldn't pick something up and today you
Yeah.
can celebrate that,
Yeah.
because that's a big milestone that you're
Achievement.
reaching, right? And get out of your comfort zone,
Mm-hmm.
because if you don't get out of it, you're not going to grow,
Yeah.
so take it easy.
I think with also, okay, should you wait for someone to ask you, how can I treat you? Or you can actually show them how to treat you without them having to ask.
I've learned that sometimes people are scared to ask,
Mm-hmm.
so teach someone,
Yeah.
right? Because you might find that this person has been watching you for 5 minutes or 2 months,
Yeah.
and they want to interact and they want to help, but they don't know how to,
How?
because they also don't know if they are offending you by
Mm-hmm.
asking,
Mm-hmm.
right? And maybe Luena, you are dying inside and you need help,
Yeah.
so definitely do create that platform for people to ask,
Ask.
you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. And who or what inspires you, and how do they influence your outlook on life?
I don't have one specific person that inspires me. I
Okay.
always say life on its own
Yeah.
inspires me. You are thrown different curveballs,
Yeah.
right? And I feel like if I was just to focus on one person that inspires me, I'm kind of just limiting
Limiting
myself,
yourself. Yeah.
So life on its own inspires me, because
Mm-hmm.
as people, we go through so much,
Yeah.
and also looking at the stuff that I've been through as well, and the stuff that other people have been
Been
through,
through.
and I'm like, if I could do that, like,
Yeah.
what's gonna stop me, And if
Exactly.
someone can go through something so trivial,
Yeah.
nothing can stop you. So life on its own inspires me.
Okay. And our last question is, looking ahead, what hopes do you have for the future regarding disability rights and inclusion?
I really pray that we get out of this stigma of wanting to segregate
Yeah.
people with disabilities, right? More opportunities should be open.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a disability out there and you feel like doors are not opening, kick
Mm-hmm.
that door down. Like, what's going to stop you?
Yeah.
Open that door, create opportunities for yourself and other people that
Mm-hmm.
are to follow, because disability didn't just start with you,
Yeah.
and it's not going to end with you, right?
True.
So teach society how to treat you.
Yeah.
Then we can all do better.
Okay. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. We've had an insightful discussion with our guests. Together, we can spread the message of inclusivity far and wide. Thank you.
So, unfortunately, we have reached the end of our discussion, but it was honestly amazing. And thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. So, guys, definitely do subscribe to that channel and be on the lookout for our next episode. It was so much fun being here, and I love you guys. Bye.
Bye.